People of Earth, good evening. Welcome to this edition 83 of Star Nation News. Today I will take you to the Cancer constellation to meet the Ustan, mysterious people, but you will know everything that is to know about them. In the meantime, you will have a beautiful communication from a friend of mine who works in the High Command, which is not Torhan. I let you discover. It's a surprise. This person was also involved in a mission on the moon 3 years ago. Haha. Interesting edition. So, fasten your seatbelts and engage. The Galactic Federation of Worlds is protecting planet Earth since decades. It has been doing that from the moment when accords were signed with positive administrations to protect and defend this planet against the attacks and the invasion of regressive extraterrestrials such as the Nebu, the Sikaar, and not to breach the Prime Directive, the principles of evolution. The operation that have been going on with the Galactic Federation of Worlds, creating the Earth Alliance, the Defense Fleet, Solar Warden, and many collaborations with notably Pleiadians and Alpha Centaurians, Ahil, Silozi, and others. These operations have been working in secret to protect humanity, to disable harmful nuclear technologies, to also protect planet Earth from asteroids, meteorites, objects from space who could cross Earth's trajectory, coming from inside the solar system, such as rocks from the Oort cloud, from the asteroid belts. You know, space is not empty. It's filled with stuff. So sometimes we have examples of the Galactic Federation of Worlds scout ships or drones who look like flying saucers or orbs intercepting nuclear missiles, acting on cooling down nuclear reactors, as we saw in Fukushima and Chernobyl. And also sometimes we have video evidence of ships blocking solar flares to reach out to Earth, and also meteorites to fall on Earth in urbanized zones and cause damage. The video you're about to see has been around on internet, and it shows a meteorite ready to hit a city in Mexico, and you have an intervention right under your eyes. Mexico is a hot hub for extraterrestrial activities. It's been repressed on internet, but you can always find private videos a little bit everywhere around the web that have filmed evidence. Here is one. A deep space, interstellar, massive object has entered our solar system recently. It has been really making the first lines on internet. But what about asking the Galactic Federation of Worlds what it is really about? Is it a spaceship? Is it a comet? Mystery. This object has been measured as 200 times bigger than Oumuamua. 20 kilometers in diameter, 50 kilometers long. It looks like a cigar, really unnatural, like Oumuamua. It will be near the sun, our star, on October 29, but in the meantime, Earth will be on the other side, so we won't be able to see it. Curious timing, right? What also are these strange signals? The probes Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 have been receiving, and the strange data that was recorded by the two probes from NASA. At the time when Voyager 1, decades ago, sent out to Earth some strange data from outer space, it was dismissed, put somewhere. Now times are different. All organizations have been infiltrated by white hat personnel, and NASA is releasing information now, data. Voyager 2 has broadcast to Earth before its last breath data that breaks science. This data, we have been receiving it for 3 years with Dan Willis from Jan-Ann Heredion. You can find the logs on the webmetrics.net. But what if the Galactic Federation of Worlds tells us directly what it is all about for real? Ladies and gentlemen, now listen to High Commander Kiara on board the battleship XLR6SOL in this star system where Thorans works. Kiara is a colleague of Thoran. I met her many times. We've been to some dinners and parties on the Excelsiors together with the High Command, and I'm very, very friend with Kiara. She's a very friendly person, and she loves to dance, but also she's a lovely person, and she's a great scientist. She is in charge in the High Command of the communications. She is internal liaison for the Galactic Federation of Worlds outposts in the star systems. That means she's in charge of communications between all the facilities, the Federation and the Ashtar Command also, because they are really working close. And she is the equivalent, we would say, for the Trekkies of Lieutenant Uhura. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen to my friend Kiara. What is going on?
Outside your star system, space is not empty. There are a tremendous number of interstellar objects, all moving more or less along and around the galactic plane. The ether is also filled with all sorts of particles, with denser zones alternating with thinner zones in an illogical fashion. Often, objects intercept each other. Fortunately, our planetary systems are well protected by the plasma shields of our stars. A star's gravitational torsion field extends to a limit proportional to its mass-to-velocity ratio. As with a spaceship, the torsion field creates a plasmic shell that prevents interception with other objects. Your comets, they originate from within your star system, specifically from the ice ring that you call the Oort cloud. Interstellar objects need to pass through the plasma shield. This is an exception, as passive objects are usually diverted from the plasma shield by galactic gravitational currents. Though rare, it does happen that a natural object passes through the shield. unnatural interstellar objects, such as spaceships, are most likely to pass through because they have their own torsion field. You can have spaceships that look like rocks, either for camouflage or because it is a particular way of doing things for some cultures. The Zenate are masters at it. The Intergalactic Confederation does that a lot too. These objects may be abandoned or remote probes sent by a mothership somewhere out there. They may also carry a crew or be inhabited by a consciousness. Yes, living beings. On another note, you ask me about the disturbing transmissions and data received by the Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 probes. I can answer that, but you already know the answer. These transmissions are not directly emitted by our ships or the Intergalactic Confederation's armada. Rather, they are part of a mesh of communication signals. As I told you, space isn't empty. Space, also called the ether, is a medium that carries signals when they pulse through it. Imagine this: a signal carrying encoded information pulses through the ether with an encoded destination. The ether becomes agitated and generates a quantum carrier wave. Although I am not talking about a wave in the traditional sense, this wave propels the signal intact to its destination without weakening it. The ether has a quantum property that goes beyond your science because it distorts space and time. Time is not linear as they think on Earth. Neither is space. Space is a quantum medium. Linearity is gravity. Mass cancellation equals gravity cancellation and time cancellation. In your star system, linear time exists due to the gravitational fields of the star and planets. Time becomes linear in proportion to the star's velocity and mass. This is why you have heard us say that time is experienced at different speeds depending on which star system you are from. The linear times on Mars and Earth are based on the same ratio, which is determined by the star's gravitational force. I'm not talking about a planet's orbital or spinning times, understood? I am talking about the time base. The two Earth probes also heard the song of Creator, her breath. They also sensed her presence in the field of her consciousness. We can hear it, or our instruments can record it. We call it the song. Each planet has a song. Imagine the great beyond with an infinity of symphonies that are in truth the songs of gravitational fields. There is no void in space. Oh, no, there isn't. It is quite the opposite. The only real void is the great quantum void between the universes. Outside the plasma shield of your star system, the frequency abruptly jumps. This is because of where your system is at that moment in time and space, along the galactic ecliptic of Netaru. Your probes recorded that as well. Isn't it beautiful? Science is beautiful. The laws of creation are the ultimate beauty.
I will be in France at Val-Soyo very, very soon on August 2 to 6, 2025 to give a talk about new technologies at the Rencontre Galactique 3. Come, there are still some tickets left. This is going to be really amazing. I will also be straight after September 19th to 21st in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I will give a talk about Genesis, about the Anunnaki. in real details you haven't heard yet. It is going to be revelations, an interesting time. You will have amazing surprises there. Please come to Charlotte, September 19th to 21st, 2025. And not straight after, 2 months later, I am in Dubai, November 8th to 9th. In Dubai, I will also talk about the latest updates on technologies and how we can apply these technologies to the environment, the transports, power supplies. And this will be a really, really interesting, also with surprises event. So meet me there as well. You have all my conferences for the years to come on my website at elenadanan.org/international speaker. So check out this link and enjoy if you are in these parts of the world. In 2026 also, Dubai, Tokyo, England, America, all will be updated and more, some surprises, destination. So what is going on Earth at the moment? There is a lot of distractions in the media, of course, because disclosure is happening. It has not been halted. And we are playing against a deep state that is waning, collapsing, losing power. But what they have when they don't have power anymore, they still have intelligence. And this intelligence is manipulating you to distractions. There are many distractions out there, okay? The important is to focus on yourself, on realizing that you have the power with your mind to create the reality around you. I invite you to check out the work of Tony Rodriguez. He is working on a knowledge he's brought back not only from his time during the secret space programs, but also from his own research. And this is mind-blowing. He can really, really teach how all of this working, how the influence of someone's thoughts of the brains of the masses are being manipulated. This is very interesting. Check it out. He has a website, tonyrodriguez.com. Well, on Earth, among the distractions, you have war techniques. I cannot disclose everything, of course, but what you think visibly are conflicts between political people may not be. Mr. T is a master in the art of war. He is playing and is forcing the enemy to reveal some files and is cornering them with a very clever method. He is absolutely not afraid of what's in these files. He's just playing a game. I cannot tell more because both sides are watching these editions of Star Nation News. These are hints, seeds planted. Know that there's an art of war at play and everything is fine. Everything is going perfectly. It is an interesting time. You all have a place and a role to play. And it is by realizing that you need to be in control of your thoughts that the future will arrive. I will never say enough the words of High Commander Thorhan Eredion. It is not the big reveal that will set you free. But your endeavors to set yourselves free that will bring the great reveal. See you next week for another amazing edition of Star Nation News.
Analyzing data.
This humanoid culture is related to the Shukreyu people from the Shuri Dakota system. The Ustan are the major spacefaring civilization in the lore system and members of the Galactic Federation of Worlds and the Galactic Guild of Merchants. Their particularity is their propensity of food-related commerce. The Ustan have built their prosperity by developing synthetic food production and selling it to interstellar cargo companies to sustain their crews. They are significant suppliers for the fleets of the Galactic Federation of Worlds, as well as trading with non-federated cultures and organizations. They have factories on most of the moons in the lore system. Synthetic food, while not equaling natural organic ingredients, is of a higher quality than atomic replicators, where the taste is acceptable but the substance is not enthralling. DNA codes are used to create synthetic food that meets the specific dietary needs of different species. This is because not all organisms can consume the same food. Ustan is a society that prioritizes business and enjoys bargaining and playing games. But they may not always be the most sincere people.
Star Nation News was brought to you by Elena Danan. Don't miss the latest news every Monday on Elena Danan's channel. Video directed by StefZak.